Hey fuckers, Charles again with Dysfunctional C3. Today I was going to make dessert. I'm going to make stuffed cookies. It's a butter cookie recipe. The wife got me turned on to the poppy seeds. You can get them at Walmart in a can. Real simple, real fucking easy. And I'm going to show you how to prepare the cookies first. And we're going to have to pause it and go through the whole fucking process. Y'all fucking know how it goes. Just let me get a sip of coffee and we'll be on the way. Alright. Your coffee's getting better, so I must not have pissed the wife off that much. I can barely taste the rat poison this time. What we're going to do, I'm going to go through your ingredients real quick, and then we'll round it off up top. 2 sticks of butter means 1 cup of butter. You're going to need 2.5 cups all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon almond extract. I just mixed them in the same cup. 1 cup confectioner's sugar, or like I do, 1 cup regular table sugar, half cup table sugar, half cup confectioner's sugar. I just find it works out better. About a half a cup of chopped pecans. What I do is I shell all my pecans by hand, put them in a Ziploc bag, and beat the shit out of them with my rolling pin that I got sitting there. Alright, that's basically all you need for the goddamn cookies. Now the stuffing we're going to put in them is poppy seeds. And all you do, you go to Walmart, get the poppy seed stuffing. It's right down the baking aisle next to all the regular shit that goes inside the fucking pies and stuff. Real simple. We're going to add our wet ingredients first. I melted my butter in the microwave. It's easier if you put the butter on defrost instead of just regular cook. It'll melt and it takes a little bit longer, but I've noticed it tastes different. Alright, your almond and vanilla extract, put that over there in the sink. I'm going to give that a little stir. And I use regular butter. Life's too short for regular butter and cheap ass toilet paper. Just fucking deal with it. Then we're going to add the sugar to this. Please try to just add it in this order. If you go the other way, it'll kind of fuck up. You can see how the confectioner's sugar's on top and it's a little powdery. Work that in until you get a semi-paste thing going. Like I've said before in some of the other videos, if you're having fucking trouble, I keep my flour in the refrigerator. So it might come out wet, might come out dry. You'll have to adjust your flour accordingly. So we're not just going to dump all of this flour in there at once. And I'll show you fuckers another trick. I got the little strainer out. Spoon your flour when you measure it into the measuring cup. Don't let it pack down. Let me get this goddamn thing out the way first, people. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because it makes the flour fluffier. On cookies, you really don't need to do it. On some of my other baked goods, like the bread and stuff, if you don't do it, you will notice your bread will be dense. Now, one of the main fuck-ups I see with sugar cookies, the main fucking one, you don't add eggs to the goddamn sugar cookies. Never fucking do it. Alright, there we go. Now we're just going to stir that in. See how fluffy the flour looks now? When you whisk it like that, or separate it, or fluff it, I've heard people call it 1,000 goddamn different things. My grandmother called it whisking it, strain it, sieve it. I've heard all kind of shit. You mix it up, get it in there, and we're going to form a paste. Now this next part might not make sense to some people, but I'm telling you, if you hang with me and you go through doing it, in the end result, you'll fucking wonder why. Or you'll see why, and you won't wonder why any fucking more. You see how loose my dough is right now? Now, that's a problem if I'm going to cut these cookies. Now, if I'm going to put them in a cookie press, it wouldn't be a problem. This is actually the consistency you want inside of a cookie press. But I'm going to actually cut these cookies. I'm not making a drop cookie or a press cookie. So, I want it firmer, but I don't want to add any more flour because then my cookie is going to taste like shit. So, I've got a piece of saran wrap, plastic wrap, whatever your family chooses to call it, right here on the table. You flop that shit there. You get that shit out the way. Now, I've noticed with the dough, it is a buttered dough. So if you barely touch the cookies real quick, if you leave your hand there, it's going to stick to the fucking cookie dough. Now, you barely touch it, you get some of that butter on your hands, and just roll your fucking cookies out real quick. In the rough shape of how big you want your cookies. Now, these are a butter cookie, so it will expand when you cut it, but we kind of want that in this case. Take your saran wrap, Press it down, pull the ends over first. You see how I just rolled it with the saran wrap? Then I take, if I can find the damn end, take the end and crimp it over. It doesn't matter what they look like. Remember, we're going to cut these damn cookies. Put it in there. Looks like a big sugary diabetic dick right now. So we're going to roll it up as good as we can, get all the air bubbles out, the majority of them. We're going to take this, we're going to put it in the refrigerator. Don't put it on the rack of the refrigerator because then you'll get them little lines in here. And once it's cold, it's really hard to deal with and get them lines out. So you want to put it on a flat surface in the refrigerator. I'm going to put it on the bottom shelf. While we're gone, you're going to keep that in the refrigerator, but better part of 30 minutes. I'm going to preheat my oven maybe when I've got 5 minutes left. And then we'll turn the cameras back on and I'll show you from there where we go. Till then.
Okay.
Hey fuckers, we're back. It's been about 30 minutes. Nice and frozen. It'll stand up on its own. First thing you want to do, kind of make it semi-round. It just will help when we go to filling it. Now this is just your regular butter cookie recipe. You can, right now, just cut it, bake it, eat it. Simple butter cookies. But, you know, obviously there's no fun in that shit. So what we're going to do, we're going to get fancy as fuck. You unroll it. This is our chopped pecans from earlier. Chopped and crushed. We sprinkle them out. Only half, and I'll show you why in a second, because it never fucking comes out right. You roll the son of a bitches in it, and then we got a pecan. My rice over there is foaming. Pecan the other side. And roll it back. So you get this nice little pecan log thing going on. You're not going to be able to pick up all of the pecans. It never does for me. You can do this before you refrigerate. It's just, well, let's face it, I'm a fucking moron and I forgot to. So we'll get over that point. Me, that part right there never gets pecans on it, so we put that to the side, and that's my part. Instead of regular butter cookies, you're going to cut them about 1/8 of an inch. On these cookies, you want more along the lines of 1/2 an inch. And I'll show you why in a second. I'm just going to do a couple of them and show you how the trick and the technique, and then do it myself. That way the video is not running into the 9-minute mark. You take your cookies, you make a circle, and then in your hand, if you do it on the pan, you won't be able to, you see how I'm squishing my hand back and forth to stop my cookies from crumbling? I made a divot. And we just sit them down, put them in our pan, and close any little cracks that came up. Once again, keep it in your hand, make it as round as you can, because the knife sometimes flattens it out. Make your divot. There we go. And then seal our cracks back up. Real simple. That's all we're going to do. This looks like black tar or frickin' caviar seeds, but this is the poppy seed paste that's ready to bake in pies. You can eat it just like that. It's kind of weird tasting. Now I know I'm going to get 1,000 fucking people saying, "Oh, poppy seeds will make you positive for heroin."
No, opium.
Opium, whatever. Same shit. Heroin is opium. I would have to eat 17 bowls of this to get a positive test result for cooked poppy seed. These are not raw, these have been cooked. So if you're following along that lines of, I don't want to use the poppy seed shit because I'll have opiums in my system, eat a dick and fucking die. You're fucking retarded. Google some shit and read it. It's ridiculous. Raw poppy seeds, yes, less of an amount, and I don't know the correct term or the correct amount, will cause you to pop positive. But cooked, you have to eat a fuck waffle of these goddamn things. Now, what we're going to do that, we're going to repeat that step. They're good. We're going to repeat that until the pan's filled. I got another pan over here, and we'll bake them in the oven for around 10 to 12 minutes. Now, I know some of y'all are going, no, that's not enough cook time. Yes, it fucking is. On these cookies, it doesn't take long to bake. If you're not happy, you can bake yours longer, and when they burn, you can leave me a comment saying, God, Charles, you're fucking right. I should come over there and suck your dick. Well, you know what? Get in fucking line, all right? It's not that hard of a recipe to follow. You can do it with your kids. Just don't have my fucking videos playing when your kids are watching and they learn some new goddamn words from me. And as you can tell, I don't cook one thing at a time. I'm doing rice right here. I've got stew back there for the rice. But, like I said, if your kids watch my video, you're a bad parent. You're fucking going to hell, okay? I'm teaching people how to cook here and not be a fucking retard. Other thing that really pissed me off, we just got through with an ice storm. We had about 3 inches of ice on the road. Wasn't the apocalypse, but a lot of stupid fucking people. So I'm going to make some more videos later on, next time we get some ice, show you how to de-ice your windshield and shit like that, so I don't have some dick weasel in my fucking lane with this much visibility out of a small window trying to fucking not hit me. And the main trick, here's my point, the main fucking trick to driving on ice and snow: drive before it fucking snows. Drive before it fucking ices. The weather is reported by a weatherman. He will tell you, it's gonna get cold and it's gonna fucking ice. Go get your goddamn bread, water, and vodka then. Don't fucking run into my goddamn mailbox because your retarded fucking ass can't drive. And if you're like my neighbor and you happen to have a heart attack and I gotta bring you to the fucking hospital, fully expect me to mention it in one of my videos and tell you, Tim, you can go fuck yourself. I love you, and I'll bring your ass to the fucking hospital if you have a heart attack. Do that shit when it ain't fucking iced. But that's about all I got. So until then, go fuck yourself. We'll come back. I guess I'll do it in another video. These are real simple to make, and that's the fucking end of it, because I ain't firing up the camera again. I'm going to try to fuck the dog and beat the wife, or vice versa, whatever. Fuck you.
Okay.
Hey fuckers, I know I said I was gone, but the wife reminded me she wants to see a fucking pictures of the cookies, so there's the goddamn cookies. I'd eat one, but they're fucking hot, okay? So, we had these in the oven for a full 12 minutes instead of 10, just to where they barely start turning brown around the edges. If you cook them to where they actually turn brown like a regular cookie, they fucking burn on the bottom. So, if you can touch it and it's a little pliable, feels like soft Play-Doh, they're fucking good. Because they are technically still baking right now while they just sit here. So, you let them sit, you let them cool down, and you guard them like a hawk and smack your wife's fucking fingers every time she tries to eat them. Yeah, and I don't care how much clothes you take off, I'm still gonna fucking say it to you. Yes, very nice nipple. Let's see what else I had to say. I think that's pretty much it. These are one of the treats, one of the very few that I make that you cannot feed to the dogs once they're cooked. The sugar amount in it really doesn't agree with your dog. So by all means, if you feel like scooping up, vomit all over your fucking kitchen, by all means, feed them to the dogs then. But it's a fun little treat the kids can help make. They kind of look funny once you do it. Now to add another little pop to it, you want to dust it with confectioner's sugar. You could do that. I really wouldn't use sprinkles because while they're still warm, the sprinkles will kind of melt a lot. These get a lot hotter than normal cookies since we bake them at 400 degrees. And you can't really apply sprinkles once they're cold. They don't stick. These should be kind of like the store-bought sugar cookies you get in the metal tin. They're going to be real crumbly, and that's where the filling helps stick it together. You can use any other canned, processed already fucking pie filling, or make your fucking own. Real easy. Cup of whatever fruit you want. Half cup sugar. 1/8 of a cup water. Put it in a pot. Boil it the fuck down till you can't boil it any goddamn more. About 10 to 15 minutes on a good, fast boil. Set it to the side. Let it cool 100%. The cooling process causes it to thicken up, and you end up with pie filling. And you can spoon it out. This was, for this amount right here, was about half a can of the poppy seeds, and the wife likes them because she's from a country where the happiest fucking thing they had was poppy seeds, but they were outlawed from smoking them because, well, that's fucking too happy. So, we're going to post this up. The wife might end up translating some shit in Czechoslovakian for her aunt, so if you see that down in the comments, don't worry about that. It's just the wife communicating with the rest of the Nazis back in Auschwitz so she can fucking pass on recipes. But I guess other than that, just remember, mail order brides, pay full price. Don't go in the discount aisle like me. Until then, you can go fuck yourself. Quit laughing. Put your titty up. But, yeah, go fuck yourself.